id Software, the studio that pioneered the genre, is bringing the critically acclaimed Doom to your TV and anywhere you want to be.
I've seen the hype surrounding Doom for the Switch. Sure, it's lower res and has half the frame rate, but it's looking to be pretty solid by all accounts. Now, recently I've been on an original Xbox binge, and one of the games I've been replaying is Doom 3. Now, when I first saw Doom 3, it was in the form of a demo leaked from E3. A friend of mine with a capable PC at the time was the only person I knew who could run it at more than 3 frames a second. The lighting was unlike anything I'd ever seen. This was truly the next generation of Doom, I thought. Of course, years later, I look back and see how much less complex the level design is and how much slower the combat got, and I still think it's a great game, but it's not very Doom-like. Anyway, for the time, these graphics were cutting edge, and the thought of such a high-end PC game being faithfully ported to one of the home consoles seemed far-fetched. The Xbox version was announced well before the game even hit PC, and I, for one, was curious to see how well it would translate. Somehow, Vicarious Visions, the developer known at the time primarily for the work on Jedi Knight 2 for the Xbox and GameCube, and a lot of handheld titles, ended up doing a pretty good job maintaining the look and feel of the original game. In a 2004 interview with GamePro, their CEO said because the game was developed alongside its PC version, they didn't consider it to be a port, but rather just a different version of the game. So I thought it would be fun to take a brief look at just how well the experience holds up. Now, from the very beginning of the game, you can see one of the biggest differences, and that's in level design. The PC version opens with this area. The Xbox version starts here, skipping the opening area entirely. From here on, you proceed in both versions pretty similarly until you head down into the dungeon, as the guard fondly calls it. Again, you proceed pretty much identically until you reach this area. On the PC, there is an airlock and you briefly step outside. On the Xbox, the outside section is cut entirely, leading you straight here, where all hell literally breaks loose. So you can see many small changes were made to the game's layout on the Xbox, and stages were cut into shorter bits. In addition, things like flashlight shadows are missing, and it has lower resolution textures. But honestly, the experience is here. And when you consider the fact that the Xbox was nearly a half-decade old and being sold for $149 at this time, I think it's a pretty respectable job. Likewise, the expansion, Resurrection of Evil, done by another developer, Nerve Software, holds up equally well. Again, there are changes to the level layouts, and stages are very short this time around, sometimes too short, and there do seem to be more performance issues than the main game, but overall, the experience is pretty much here. It feels surprisingly great to play with a controller, and until the BFG Edition launched in 2014, this was pretty much your best option for enjoying Doom 3 on a couch. In conclusion, today Doom 3 on the Xbox is little more than just a footnote, but just like the upcoming version of Doom on the Switch, it is proof that with a little bit of effort, we can see games running very respectably on hardware that really has no business running them at all. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, I urge you to comment, like, and subscribe. It really helps motivate me to make more. Until next time.